Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Justin Case. We begin tonight with breaking news out of Bell County. One person is confirmed dead in a hit and run near the Whitley County line. It all happened on Kentucky 92 around 9 o'clock tonight. State troopers have not released the name of the victim. At last check, they are still searching for the driver. We have a reporter on the scene, and we will be updating this story as we learn more on WYMT.com. Now to a missing persons case out of Laurel County. The London Police Department says this man, 34-year-old David Burns, was last seen at his home Sunday. We are told he is 5 foot 4 inches tall and weighs around 165 pounds. Burns has brown hair and brown eyes. If you see him, you are asked to call London Police Department at 606-878-7004. Kentucky 160 in Gordon was closed for several hours today due to a large tanker truck crashing into a guardrail and falling over a hill. The guardrail wrecked and skid marks visible on the roads. Police say the Ohio driver transporting restaurant grease died after being thrown from the truck. Though the cause of the accident is still under investigation, fire department officials say road conditions tell quite a story.
In my opinion, he didn't know the mountain and he got it out of gear and couldn't get it back in. And he got his brakes because we could smell the brakes. It was hot when we got here, and he was thrown from the vehicle over into the bushes and trees.
The driver's name has yet to be released, but the family and company have been notified. Officials say they expect the truck company to pump the tank Thursday. We will continue to update you on our website, WYMT.com. The Martin annexation proposal has passed. Today, Martin City Council members voted to approve their intent to annex nearly 600 acres of state roads surrounding the city of Martin. While there are more steps involved, this would open the door for the city to then annex the businesses along those roadways. I went to the meeting in Martin City Hall today to learn more about the new ordinance and what their concerns are now of the people living in the proposed areas. The ordinance passed Wednesday does not annex these roadways yet. It only approves the city's intent to annex them. Officials with Martin City Council say people living in communities along the annexed roads will not see any new taxes.
The roadway doesn't gain us any monies, and when we decide, or if we decide to take businesses or whatever, if we decide to go for that, then we'll have an outline for that.
Dozens of concerned community members stood up and shared their fears about the long-term goals of the annexation ordinance.
Our little town can't afford taxes without a return benefit. So, as I stated, I would love to see the legitimate expansion of the city of Martin.
The fear all along has been that people would be forced to pay more taxes without getting any new services or utilities. Martin City Mayor says that is not the case.
We'd like to increase our police services. We'd like to possibly, it might take some time to extend sewer lines up that way.
Just last week, the mayor of Prestonsburg objected to the ordinance since it would also annex a Prestonsburg sewage treatment facility. The attorney representing the Martin City Council says the city of Martin is now exploring the idea of purchasing the plant.
And I won't say negotiating dollars for that plant, but we've been discussing with in discussions with Prestonsburg about potentially acquiring that plant.
News of the intent to annex will now be published in the local paper, along with a notice of people's right to petition. At least 50% of registered voters living in the proposed areas would need to sign the petition to get the measure on the ballot.
I don't think we'll have any trouble getting 100% of those people. And then when we do that, we'll take it, file it at the courthouse, and then it will be placed on the ballot in November. And I'm sure that it will be defeated at that point.
The window to sign the petition is 60 days from the day it is published in the local paper. The vote today was tied at 2 before the mayor broke the tie, voting in favor of the ordinance. If the petition does not get enough support, city officials would then proceed with a new ordinance, which would officially annex the roadways.
Well, it was a beautiful day here in the mountains. We saw plenty of sunshine and those warmer temperatures. You'll notice that we reached the high of 75 today in Jackson, usually right around 67 for this time of year, so definitely above average. Low of 50 this morning, about 5 degrees above average of that, or 5 degrees above that average of 45. Satellite and radar, you'll notice those clouds and those showers not impacting us at all throughout really the past several hours, and that'll continue as we head into your Thursday. Now, temperatures, they're anywhere from those mid to upper 50s, lower 60s, showing a warm spot in Jackson at 66, 60 in London, 62 in Harlan, and 56 in Hazard. Really will drop into those low to mid 50s overnight, mostly clear skies, calm conditions as well. And a warm front is going to move in tomorrow, which is going to bring very warm temperatures. Cold front moves in Friday, of course, bringing back those scattered rain chances. Sunshine returns by the time we get to your Saturday. We'll break down that full forecast coming up in just a little bit.
Paige, thank you. A fire in Harlan County burned down a trailer and caused damage to neighboring trailers. One man did live in the home, but he made it out safely. Thankfully, there were no other injuries. This happened in the Sunshine community of Harlan County yesterday afternoon. Because of high winds, we are told it took 6 trucks to keep the blaze from spreading to the homes next to it.
There was damage to the home in the rear of the structure from the heat. It looked like some of the vinyl siding was melted and stuff of it, but we were able to save the surrounding structure.
Officials are in the process of contacting the Red Cross. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. With the first night of the carnival wrapping up and the first day of Hillbilly Days fast approaching, city officials are urging safety precautions for this year's Hillbilly Days festival. Like any festival, city officials say there are certain precautions that should be taken to ensure safety and fun. 911 Public Safety Director Paul Maynard says the traffic pattern will change, warning that the downtown area is now blocked off. The city is asking drivers to plan ahead. However, he says there are also precautions to take once you've arrived, many of which can be more effective with a smartphone.
Take a quick pic of your child as you're coming to the festival, because if something happens and you do get separated, we have the technology here that we can get that picture out to our responders. And we don't only have policemen downtown, we have firemen and emergency management folks as well. So that gives us a lot of eyes to be able to look for your child. Be aware of your surroundings. Don't put yourself in a bad position. Stay on the main paths. Don't be ducking in and out of alleyways and that type of thing. You know, the festival is a great time every year, and we just want people to come down, be safe, and have a good time.
Maynard says remembering to charge your electronic devices is also a great way to stay prepared. Staff at the Knox Whitley Animal Shelter in Corbin say they have one volunteer who has compassion that is one of a kind. Shelter volunteer Gail Drake says after a motorcycle accident in 2002, her injuries left her unable to hold a paying job. She says her lifelong passion for animals drives her to be their voice and connect with them through volunteering.
Since my passion's animals, it was a no-brainer to go to the nearest shelter.
For more information about how you can get involved at the shelter, you can call 606-526-6925. An emotional tribute today in Breathitt County. The school system honored Danny Wayne Spencer, a longtime bus driver. He drove bus number 1702. Fellow bus drivers lined the road to say goodbye. Spencer died unexpectedly Sunday at the age of 39. His funeral was today. Coming up at 11, a spring storm slams the upper Midwest. We'll head to Watertown, South Dakota, and have the latest from the storm's bullseye.
And tomorrow could be the warmest day of the year so far. Those details coming up in just a few short minutes.